I forgot to capture the game.
Oh, you pulled a me! Let's go!
I forgot to capture the video game.
Hello, everybody!
I always forget such a thing.
I said we would be ready soon.
You
Told
gotta
y'all.
forget something.
Bye-bye. It is done. The work is done.
Let's go! Hello, everyone. Welcome in. Thank you for joining us.
Twitch.
Hi, Twitch. Hey, Dragon. Hey, he's not available. Hey, Ludo. Hey, Piranha. I'm just scrolling up. Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone who is here.
Yes, I know it's late for y'all.
Does this
So
work?
thank you for joining us.
Does what work?
I just
This?
clicked my funny silly pup. What the
Holy.
heck? I'm gonna kill this man. Anyway,
Catches it.
yeah. We're playing Fish Stick Protocol.
Yeah.
None of us have played it before. It looks stupid.
Yeah. It looks...
In case you couldn't tell, looks at the stupid.
Wee, wee. What was the button? It was C. Ooh. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna break it
You
down.
know what? Yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go.
Certainly. Hey, it's okay to dance on. Ah!
Oh!
Oh, okay. We're fine. I'm fine. It was just a loading screen. Oh, I'm fine here, right? I'm fine to dance here. Ah! We boogie all the way down. Oh. Oh. Hello. Hey guys.
Drop it over it!
We just drop in. Alien, throw a rock owl! Oh! Oh!
Whoa, whoa!
Oh!
Whoa, whoa, what happened?
There was an explosive guy. Oh! Oh.
Anyway, I think we're supposed to just get a bunch of stuff and put it on top of the portal, and then open the portal, and then we leave.
Oh, perfect. In that
Okay.
case, here's a rock
Yeah.
portal. There you go.
Yeah, here's a rock. God, we're so good at this.
Oh my god. Imagine doing an alien
Ooh.
rock.
Oh my god.
We've got Risk of Rain style, like, difficulty settings. Also, there's an evil plant right here that looks like it sucks you crazy.
Oh, okay. Well, where so I can avoid it? Like,
Oh, it's right there. Oh, he did it.
It is like
he,
pulsating.
dude, he sea jumped for that. That's crazy.
ah! It's gonna suck
Got a
me.
rock.
Just don't save me. Don't save me.
Nice.
Save
Killed
yourself.
it. Don't say me.
Don't save me.
Ah, there's another one over here.
I'll save you.
Got it.
Good job.
That's funny.
It took us rock.
I'm gonna
Listen, rock
just
good.
touch.
Fan of
Rock
rock.
good.
Rock throw good.
Rock good. Me when
Gotta
I'm
hold
listening
on
to
to rock.
music.
Oh, that's good. I
Rock.
like it. I like it.
Oh. Game is a little framey when it tries to load things. I will.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. It is actually
It's
just
not like
it is,
impossible.
it is completely fine. I might drop the frame rate down to 60 here actually.
Are you gonna be a problem? Let's see.
Ooh.
Guys, no!
How did you get you back?
Oh,
Where?
oh,
What
oh,
happened?
oh,
Oh, he's fine.
oh.
Are them
Adios, you have the
helium
item.
dodos?
You should maybe go put that in the thing.
Fine. I'll take a shortcut. Hey man, can you give me a lift? Thank you. Ah, bye.
It didn't do anything.
Hey Raw, how are you doing? Oh. All right, we're fine. All right, we're gonna go ahead and throw this, and then throw this. Grab a rock for you know, safety. In fact, we're gonna go off on our own. We're gonna do the usual idealist core thing to do, which is to go off on their own and die. Bing. What are you gonna do, huh? That's what I thought. What are you? Ooh, what does this do? Hey, what do you do? You, sir, what do you do over there? Do you perhaps I mean, the last one just set me on fire. Are you gonna set me on fire? Ah! 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 Okay. All right. So that sets me on fire. Good to know.
Throw a rock at it, please.
Throw a rock at what?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, hey Melon, how you doing? Oh no, that's not Melon. That's Kit. They're fine. Did you miss Saturday night? Hell yeah. No worries. Don't worry about like responding in time. I'm also not gonna. I'm not gonna pay attention in chat as much as I normally do because I'm collabing. So.
Bird up.
So you are absolutely fine. You're goated with the sauce. You are Gucci gang. You are, I don't know, fine. Hey guys, the dimension turbulence keeps going up. I don't know if that's concerning, but it concerns me. That looks like a thing. What over here? I'm gonna go over here just to see what's going on, and then boop. Oh, did it blow up the thing? Where's the thing that was in front that was just like, ooh, this is gonna be really useful, and then it blew up. Good to know. Ow. Unfortunate. I was too close for that one. And... okay. That's enough for me. I'm good.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, it does keep going up. Hey!
Hey, man. I kind of want to know what the dimension turbulence does at 100%.
Alright. Well, I'm at 34
Whoa.
health, so I'm not taking any more risks.
I'm at,
Hey, guys.
I
I think I
we
may
see...
have figured it out.
Hey, guys.
It might
It's
be
raining. It's raining goop. So if we could...
that. It's probably that. 30 seconds, that's so long.
Okay.
Closing in 30. Ugh.
Oh.
Okay.
I may have tested a few traps.
Traps tested. Okay.
1.
Let's go.
One.
No KO in hostility level 1.
Oh,
Let's go.
Oh, it escaped to close it.
Oh, okay. I'm fine with that.
Am I right?
I found a rock.
Ow!
Alright, so how do we, like, sell the things?
I don't know.
Well, I think we already got the money. Now we're just decorating.
Oh!
Yeah.
Storage
How much
cell.
credit? How much credit do we have?
We had like
I'm
300
trying to...
something. Or at least I saw 300 on my screen.
Covered in,
do we
guys,
have...
I'm covered in blood still.
There's a moat here. We don't have like a...
Storage
I
cell.
figured out how to be stopping being covered in blood.
Oh.
Go to the shower.
Ooh.
It will heal you.
Yay!
I don't know if we passed the mission, is the thing. Hello?
Hello?
Oh my god.
Is this doing anything?
Maybe.
I think I'm
God,
speaking
guys.
into the microphone.
You are.
That's funny. Is there,
We
are there
need more
colors?
tickets.
We really do. Oh, wait.
Oh my god. You can dive in different ways. Ooh. You could dive
Okay, I
while
put it-
dabbing. Flat.
What? Hold on, what?
Oh my god, these are so good.
Oh!
Oh.
Ooh.
Use a code. Okay, we'll have to do
Hmm.
that. Okay, so we have 111 tickets.
Yeah.
I don't think we got any points.
Do we
to
share it?
complete the
Or is it
mission.
individual?
I have 11 tickets. Where are you seeing 111?
On the top right
Oh.
for me?
Oh, I just have 11.
Oh, what about you, Kit?
I have 111.
I also have 111.
Grow
That's
up.
fair. I only put rocks in there. I didn't find anything else.
But I was the only one who
Oh.
found stuff last time.
Wrong.
It said 4
I found
things
one
found and it
thing.
was me. I thought.
Well, you know what? Not everything is about.
Oh, look at the who dropped the little booties on the ground.
Ooh, I kind of like
Snail
that.
backpack. Snail backpack.
I do like the wizard. Ooh, the chef. The chef hat's pretty good.
You and your chef hats.
Yeah.
He's sick and twisted.
Okay, did anyone's points go down?
No.
Okay,
Nope.
cool. All right, individual. Love to see it.
We
Snail backpack.
go do another mission. Come in the portal, get everything of value, decorate manor.
Oh, I'm one off for that.
Is how we do this.
Oh, that's so close.
So there's another place open.
We could do Tamagotchi charms.
3 of 5.
Fish.
It cost 100 buckers to go to this place somewhere. This one's free though.
No, no, I was still buying stuff. That's fine. Wee! Wee!
Same type of portal. Ugh.
Let's go.
It took the rocks with us.
Good. I need them to
Need the self-defense.
kill things.
I see an alien. Take that, alien. Hee hee ho ho. What do we got here? Oh, 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 oh. Whee! I'm fine. Are you fine? I missed it. I missed it by that much. Oh, I'm fine. All right, cool. Oh, okay. I can't put this away. Good to know. Hello.
A base. I found a cool item.
Ooh. It is a cool item.
It's pretty expensive.
Oh!
You
Good
wouldn't
for
know.
you. Good for you, champ. Proud of you. Hey, don't even think about it. Yeah, you keep tumbling. Yeah, you keep tumbling. Ugh. Oh, I killed it.
A musical instrument.
And an explosion.
Woo!
I also found a drum
Uh,
earlier.
Do you see this thing that's just floating?
Yeah.
How do we get it?
Oh, no! Oh! Hey, we found the answer right here. Hey, sting me. Whee!
Oh!
I'm gonna miss. I'm gonna miss.
Oh my god!
Round 2. All right. Slowly. Slowly. Got it.
Yeah, you got it. See something up here. Hi.
All right. Have a good night. Have a good night, Ludo. Thanks for stopping by. I know it's late for y'all. I appreciate you supporting me regardless.
Literally any
you.
rocks now that I desperately need one.
Oh,
I'm just
hey.
stuck. I'm just
Hey.
stuck. Hey, man.
Hey, don't worry about this. Oh, well.
Okay, cool. It doesn't
I
actually
did
do
that.
anything.
Ah!
What if we don't save him? Can you
How do
jump
we-
on top of me?
Idealist.
Yeah,
Get your ass over here.
on my way. I might have overshot you a little bit. Oh! 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 Alright, we're fine.
I forgot.
I gotcha.
Okay.
Oh,
right.
that's so funny.
Let me.
Okay.
Okay, we only do one at a time. I think we can only do one. It's let us do threes.
Okay.
Well, no, you get. Whoever is on bottom then jumps up on the third person's head that's joining.
Almost got it! Almost got it!
He's a fucking.
There's
Got
nothing
it.
up, guys. There's
Okay,
nothing up
right.
there.
I know. We're testing and I can't get. Stop moving. Stop moving. God. He doesn't let you stick.
Oh,
Jump
Oh.
from higher up.
No, you like stick when you're on top. I don't.
Now,
think...
idealist, try
Yeah.
and jump.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
fucking wrong. Okay,
yeah.
I guess I'll die. Anyway, take a to the exit portal.
to the exit! Go! Shoot! Hey, that's not the direction we told you to go. Ah! Ah! Oh! 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 Oh!
You're
Oh my
fine, you big
God.
baby. Ugh.
No.
So I think that's the turbulence.
I think so too.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Eh.
bye. Oof.
Into the portal face first. Ugh.
Let's go.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
We all tested 3 traps, and I only got 1 artifact.
It's okay, there weren't that many artifacts. I got the fossil. How do we get enough? Do we need to put the stuff in? No, I don't think it should go here. It needs to go in like a decorative spot.
Is this not a decorative
Okay, my
spot?
tickets are now up
No.
to 22.
Then what is
I
this?
had 11
This is where I've been
last
putting all
time,
the
so I
items.
just-
This is like storage for recycler.
Oh. Then where would be a good spot?
I don't know. Upstairs.
Okay. Literally just trying to find places to put stuff.
Yeah, well, we're supposed to be getting points, and I think the points are from decorating the place. Because we haven't gotten any points yet.
I mean, we've been getting points at the end of each round.
Yeah, but we're not getting the points that unlock the stuff.
Right. Which if I was
The
like,
recycler.
they seem to be exactly the same.
No, because we're at 0 if you look at the big.
Yeah, global approval rating.
Approval rating is at 0. And if
Well-
I put an item down.
Oh, no, it's at 542.
Yeah, I just put an item down up here.
Okay.
Up where?
Up.
Up.
Up. Big sign that says manor.
Big sign that says manor. Oh.
You got it.
Got it.
Manor. Camera.
Alright.
Wow.
Let's go back down and pick up the rest. Let's go!
Let's go! Woo! Ooh.
Okay, so they don't like duplicates.
Oh, our approval rating is skyrocketing.
I got
There we
vase.
go. And now we can activate some of the stuff. This is the mechanic that we were missing. Yeah.
Ooh, this looks a good spot
Yeah,
for
'cause
it.
Now we can activate the recycler.
Okay.
Oh,
think gives-
look out for when you put it down. There's like bonuses.
Oh, interesting.
Nice!
So that gives us that money, which can be used to buy other upgrades. Okay.
Perfect fit. Yep.
Bye.
Okay.
Hey!
I'm fine.
No.
It's okay. Don't worry.
There's so much blood. Oh god.
Ragdolling.
No.
That's a
no.
perfect fit.
Flare to let you guys know
Too
where
small.
I am, and it's not blood.
Oh, there's an option to save. There's an option to save. I'm gonna get you out of there.
My arm's gone.
Oh my god, you're so bloody.
Hey man.
Oh my god.
Perfect
My
fit,
arm.
perfect fit, perfect fit. 2 in a series.
I go
Perfect
take
fit.
a shower.
Take a shower. I'm gonna take a cold one. Oh, cool, Bruce.
Okay, so that one seems to be the perfect fit. That's perfect fit. Not in a series. So the series one, we just need to find a different one from the sounds of it.
We've unlocked the shop because we hit 3,000.
Oh, perfect.
Whatever that means.
I was going around and making sure they had as much bonuses as possible.
Hell yeah. We can buy tools,
Ooh.
which are little bubbles.
Oh, they are.
Ooh, reveals artifacts.
Ooh, for 30 seconds.
Healing,
Restrict
instant
movement.
Party popper.
Okay.
Everything in range. KO teammates. Okay.
I'll probably reveal they're kind of obvious.
They do cost some of the money.
Is the money independent or grouped?
We'll find out.
I guess we will.
I've unlocked the paint thingy.
Ooh. That means we could change our colors, right?
Yeah.
Paint
So
thingy.
if we do this, it'll make purple? Is that purple?
I think so.
Test it.
Where are you guys?
What do we? Where's the output?
Stand right
You
there.
up?
Oh. Yes.
Look at you, little freak.
Where did you guys go?
Downstairs, first floor, shower room. Hi.
Oh, in the shower. Okay.
Kind of nasty.
You can introduce different colors to the shower.
My
Through
yellow-
here.
I'm like fucked up. I'm like half colored.
Ooh.
So if you add red and white, you might get pink.
Yeah.
Hey!
Nice. Try this.
Sold to. Oh, the bodies can be sold. Good to know.
This.
Mhm. So this is saying, yeah. So it's not the green is universal. It's all of us are shared for that. Because I didn't spend on anything and I have a lot less. So the tickets are individual. Green is team. This storage shelf has upgrades already on it.
Very.
Nice.
We're like only partially colored, which is very funny.
Yeah. We're mind melding.
Hey, what are you guys thinking about?
Hey man.
Okay. All right, next one.
We have points, so we can go to the next.
Okay. By all means.
Oh, okay. I don't have points because I bought the other. Someone else has to do it. Bought the color.
Hi.
Rubber. Hey, what's up, man? Doing okay?
Yeah, I'm just waiting.
Oh, okay, that's good.
I'm conserving my energy.
That's good.
We're going to the same place because the points are shared, so none of us have points.
Fuck. That makes sense.
Understood.
Operation progress in the inevitable moment where someone decides to analyze choice. Things. Completely understandable.
Whee!
Ooh, it's all frosty.
Meow.
Whoa.
Bleh.
Feel on
Runs
my
away.
ass.
Ooh, I see stuff over there. I have a rock, which means I'm invincible. Okay. We got this. Perfect. Yeah. Y'all have nothing on me. Hey, there's bees over there. I'd be careful.
I've been poked. Ouch. Ouch.
They were poked indeed.
You guys get stung by bees yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but I witnessed
That's
it.
good. Have you been stung by bees in real life? It sucks really bad.
Oh yeah, no. Got it. Oh! Why did I jump
Oh my
so high?
God.
What was that? Why did that
Is
happen?
it the item you're holding?
Maybe. I got a fossil. We have a fossil.
You got a fossil.
I was destined to have this.
I want the ability to like drop kick.
Oh, that'd be
So I
so
can just run
good.
and like hit you in the back of the head and you'll
I
just like,
missed.
fall flat on your face.
Oh, watch out for the big flies.
One more.
If you... So proud of you. There's a big guy looking at you. Be careful.
Oh, it's one of
Okay.
those.
You just hit him with a bunch of rocks. He'll be fine. Uh-oh. Bees!
Drop something.
Bees!
Yeah, I didn't know how to. Oh, I already
No,
got the item
no.
from this. I got the item from that.
Oh, that was a weird audio glitch. Hey guys, how's it going?
That's a funny bug. I can't help
I
it,
missed.
I'm just gonna laugh.
Oh my god.
I'm still being chased by bees. I can't help you.
Bro, freak.
Kid, can you do something?
No, no bees. Haven't you done enough?
They love bullying Melon.
You were trying to float away while you were grappled, and the game
If you
really
get
did.
stung by enough bees, your head does inflate.
That's funny. Alright, drop those off. Alright, what else do we need? What else? I'm not seeing nothing. I'm not seeing nothing. Maybe we do need to scan. Hey, do you mind getting me real quick? Thank you. Oh. Oh. Ah, ah, ah.
Oh no! Oh no! I need a rock! I need a rock!
You're fine.
I'm
Hey,
trying.
hey, Crow, how are you doing?
Eventually, the screaming will stop.
Where is literally any rock?
I found some. He's probably fine though by now.
They didn't care. They didn't care,
Oh,
chat.
fuck.
They didn't care at all. They didn't care about my well-being. Or my be-welling. I saw it. I saw it off the corner of my eye. These little guys like to hide in the grass. They're grass little guys. How have you been, Crow? Hopefully well. Let's see. Anything else around here? I'm not really seeing a whole lot of anything else. Are you seeing anything else?
No, I got to diamond.
I like
Or
a
gemstone.
diamond. Maybe we do need the little scanner thing. Well, in about like a few seconds, we'll be seeing the consequences of us staying here, so.
Yeah.
I think we're done. This place doesn't have a lot.
Yeah. Let's save up some of it for the next world.
Yeah, man.
Whoa!
Whee!
Hell yeah. Let's go!
He's also our
But you
friend
can
as
see
well.
what you get the tickets for on the right of your performance report.
Yeah.
This making noises?
And up we go.
Some
Boo,
sparkle
boop,
noises.
boo, boop, boo, boop. Alright, let's see here.
Ugh.
There is an
Yeah.
elevator, it looks like.
Okay, perfect
that'd be
fit.
good.
2 in a series.
Meaner.
And this is a rock.
And this is a rock. And this is rock too.
Electric boogaloo. That's base.
So far.
It's rock 3.
That's a perfect fit. Hold on.
Rock you in
That's
there.
218. Okay, so
Put
this
stuff
is
over here. Idealist.
this is better than that.
Can you put stuff on these?
No.
No. Okay, we'll get
Support is
another
too
room
small
at some
for.
point.
Oh wait, hold on. This I can. Base prestige. It's not a very good bonus. Let's see.
All the
Oh.
way up.
Idealist.
Oh. Oh.
You did it.
Oh
You
yeah.
sicko.
Wow.
Where's
Wow.
where's the spot where it wants it to be?
Oh.
It's a cup. Do we see a
Spot where it
cupboard?
wants it to be?
There's bonuses depending where you put it. So there's a perfect
Oh.
fit bonus if for the right size.
Interesting.
And then you get extra one for there being a couple in a series. I guess I'll just put it here for now.
If it's not, I don't know. There's some stuff that should
On
probably just
these?
be trash because we do need items. Need the money. You can't recycle yourself, which is like fucked up.
He's trying to recycle himself. Let's get him, Melon.
I already tried.
We're here to stop you.
Oh, okay. Did it work? Did you stop me?
Oh.
Yippee! Oh, I thought you had that box to
Okay.
recycle. You just
That's enough to get to a new place if you want to go for that.
Oh, yes, to the next portal place. I'm like, oh?
Yeah. Do you want to see a complete waste?
No.
Okay. All right, y'all ready?
Yes.
Oh God. Perfect.
Hello.
Oh. Whoa, blue.
Oh!
Uh-oh, it's dark and or
It's
foggy.
like really dark.
We're fine.
All right.
Something just flew by us.
Yeah, it's called the Sense of Adventure.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Where's a good? Where's another rock? I need another rock. Where's my rock? Where's my rock? Where is it? All right, we could do this at least. At least I think I can. Maybe not. Like, damn. Cool. Okay, we go this way. Ooh, we go. I'm not seeing a whole lot happening. We're just kind of. Ooh. I hear bees, but I don't see bees. I see bees nuts. Oh, hell yeah! We got floaties! Let's go! These bees got nothing on me. I have literal Sun Wukong powers. Oh. So are these things are like enchanted. Bow, ba-dow, bow, bow, ba-dow. Oh, no! Oh! Bow 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 bow. Boop a doo. 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 Doo doo. Oh. That just has a rock. Hey, can I like have that? Oh, perfect. I have a rock now. I have a rock now. Do do do.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up? Do ba do boo. Ba do
Whoa.
do.
Whoa, okay. Well, everyone got cool shit but me.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
not even a comment. He's crazy.
What? Hey. Oh
But you
my
don't
god.
think anything's a little
Did
different.
you
No.
not notice?
No, if anything, this is just accurate size.
Hey!
Oh, that's so
Get back
funny.
here!
Did not
You can't catch
notice.
me.
I
Get up.
Bees.
No, please!
Idealist, can you help me?
Yeah, I'll get you. I missed.
Oh god, oh god.
Help
Oh
me,
god.
uh,
I'm gonna die.
Oh.
It's bad. It's bad.
Help!
Hey guys, that looks like it's about to explode.
No, that's not what.
I only see 2 plumes, so one of us needs to be picked up. They need to hurry. Hurry! Hurry!
We gotta run!
Hurry!
Oh, the point. That's what I was worried about.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, we gotta go. I have 20 health.
I also have,
Ten.
I have 40. Oh!
No way.
The bees!
I
No!
forgot those were.
God.
We're so fucked.
Hey guys.
my
Those
God.
were based off of like position. Holy. Or proximity. That's the word I'm looking for.
Holy shit.
All right,
That's
Oh
so
Okay.
my
funny.
god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
we're leaving.
We have to leave. It's bad.
I have so
We have
many
to
good
go.
things on me.
We have to leave. We have to go.
I have this, and I have this, and I have the thing that allows me to float.
We have to go. We have to go. It's bad. We
Oh
have
my
to go.
god. Oh my arm! I don't
Hell yeah.
have an arm.
You did get
Um,
fucked up.
guys, look, we made it! Yay!
Oh my god.
Wow.
Aren't you glad we made it?
Oh,
Sure.
all that, and I got 5 tickets.
We'll pick up more,
You
forehead.
have to be faster than Idealist. Somehow.
I'm gonna kill him.
You'll try. That one, perfect fit. 4 in a series.
Mom,
There's
be back.
prestige.
You have to make like 100 money. Go back.
Space. Space in a series, 2 in a series.
No, I'm too short for the halo.
I don't know why you're not getting any tickets. Maybe because Idealist is being a villain.
Huh? Why would it be my fault?
Yeah, I think it's like kind of how, like you get more tickets in like Goblin Cleanout to do like, you know, you set the most things back, or you cleaned up the most blood spills.
Oh,
I
perfect.
think I'm in 3rd place of whatever it is.
You are getting beat up.
I want to know what made me little.
I have
was
no
so
idea.
small.
You just became small.
As I said, just accurate size.
God.
Oh, I really want the Hey man.
Hey.
This would be
Let's
so
see,
nice.
let's see.
What is it? Elevator?
It
Oh,
just takes
that
us
would be.
upstairs.
None of these are perfect fit.
What's the other? Ooh, sparkly dimension. What the heck? 2,000 money worth of stuff is in there, but it's hostility level 5.
Hostility 5. I don't think
Yeah.
we're ready for that.
Yeah, these aren't perfect fit, but
We're
they're as
like
close as we're
silly
gonna get.
idiots.
You know what I mean?
What if we do a run and we get
Huh?
all the
Oh.
stuff and then we just throw it all in the shredder
Hey.
and get the elevator and stuff?
I mean, we're
I'm
pretty
down.
up there. I'm not seeing like a deadline day here. We can pretty much do whatever the fuck we want from.
No. This is just the game. We just get that higher
Yeah.
and higher.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's
Yeah,
just
let's
getting
do
another
a
room.
run just to.
150.
Oh right, I need a heal. Oh, I need a heal. Oh, bro.
Good lord.
Oh.
Turn my music on.
Woo!
Woo!
Hey guys, what's up? Is this new?
Ooh.
Is this new level?
Ow.
Oh, look, a stink bubble.
Yippee!
Hello.
He's gonna die.
Uh-oh. This is auto running. It auto runs in
That's
here.
fun. Bubble. Oh.
Careful.
Wow,
Careful.
he's so cool, actually. Holy shit.
Careful.
Hey, man.
Hey. Ooh. Oh, I was too close.
Oh, god damn it.
Now that my friend has disarmed the bombs,
Yeah, I was disarming the bombs.
there's nothing in here.
I'll save you, Melon! Oh!
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
So silly. A television!
Whee!
A TV!
Oh, I ran out of stamina. Oh, you got
Yeah,
it. Good
you got it.
job.
TV! It's kind of broken,
TV.
but it's still a TV. I can't. Oh, it's like a big item. I
It
can't
only
put in
gets
my-
like the news channels, and you're like, ugh.
Ugh.
Hey, there's bees here.
Where's
There's like so many bees.
the thing is, there's these here. Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you. Ooh, 3-star. I'll take it. These bees can't get me. It's like, what? Who is this guy? Why are they doing this? Why is there just a thing of intestines? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Haha! Can't catch me! These bees got nothing on me. Ooh, a 4-star? There's 4 stars? Looks like they found. Oh, yeah, there they go. Huh. Well, I'm sure they're doing fine. What are you? Are you a thing? Oh,
The meat chalice?
yeah. It's just a meat chalice, I guess. Whoa. Hey, how you doing? Oh, 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 oh.
Don't emote like that over there.
I was gonna try to salute you.
Hey, how you
That
doing?
would be funny.
Okay, as I was saying, get on my head and then you should be able to like jump off of me. There we go.
Adilos has discovered the problem.
Yes.
Good job.
It's a 5-star item.
Hell
What the
yeah! I found a 4
But
just
it's really
earlier.
cute though, so we're keeping it.
I'm gonna be in 3rd place again.
Careful.
Here,
I
All
am
I
like
do is die.
I am like 1 hit away from death.
But you were the one who originally got it, so it already counts for you.
That's dumb. Anyway, Anyway.
Hey, no, bad.
Please. No
Oh!
more. Please.
That's the friends dying riff. When my friends die, you know the one.
Hey, how are
Hey,
you doing?
man. You doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. Just taking a nap.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
A lot of blood, man. You sure?
It was a power nap.
Oh, okay. I get it.
I'm not seeing anything else, really.
I don't think there's gonna be much more because those 2 items you got were really expensive.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe like one more item on the map.
Well, I'm fine with heading back.
Yeah, me too. Start the portal!
It's slime time.
Let's start the portal!
Start the portal!
Start the portal!
Start the
Stop sitting and start the
portal! Start the portal, Melon! Ah! Oh, well, that's a little anticlimactic. Hell yeah.
We have to let Melon pick up things.
Nah.
He's
Gotta
so
fucking
fucked
kill
up.
him.
Yoink.
Since it's a
insane.
5-star, do we
We're
want
not
to?
shredding. We should not shred that.
Yeah.
It's also really cute.
How I was
It's
thinking
so
about
cute.
it, I was thinking of replacing some of the other, like, not high stars with these, and then shred the lower ones.
Oh yeah.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Oh, perfect fit. Perfect.
I like this thing. Where'd you put the Tamagotchi box?
Right here.
Does it need a...
Good shit.
How did it say perfect fit, though? It's really expensive. Base prestige.
I'm getting rid of the
Somewhere
vase, and I'm getting
else?
rid of the 2-star plate, because they're 2
How
stars.
do you know if it's gonna be, like, good? Idealist?
You'll see a couple of other things underneath base prestige. It will say perfect fit and, like, a couple of, like, a kind. Like over here. See this tooth?
I see.
There's 2 that said perfect fit and 2 in a series.
Oh.
Yeah,
interesting.
so that's what we want to look for.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
I was just looking at the bottom of the screen. I wasn't looking
There
at
we
the
go.
left.
No, you're good.
Little weird.
All right, I'm gonna throw
Is it
this in the
a toaster?
recycler.
Okay.
I don't know what it's in. Anyway, you
It
can
said
go.
kitchenware, so I think it's a toaster.
It's fine.
I need to go heal.
Do whatever
Oh, that's a good idea. Healed. Oh, hey, how you doing?
You kidnapped me.
No,
You kidnapped me.
no, no.
You know.
All right, I put 150 in there so far.
I got the halo.
Thank God.
Oh, actually, you know what? I should see if I have unlocked it.
It's the cheapest item.
Let's
I finally got to
go.
get it.
I'm saving up for the dive.
Whoa.
I got a chef and a
Nothing
and a
fits my
monocle.
aesthetic because I'm a villain.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I need to change Mama Dodo to the appropriate attire for the chef's hat. There you go. Perfect.
Okay.
Oh,
so
yeah.
this one has sparkles on it.
Do I have it in reactive? I don't. Let me do that real quick.
This
Should
portal
we do
has a lot of stuff
sparkly?
and it's sparkly, so we're going here. I'll give Idealist like a minute, and I'm also
Okay.
I'm running ads right now.
Oh, so am I actually.
So
Oh, yeah,
I'm
same.
gonna hit him with a waiting screen while I go to the bathroom.
Sounds good. And then switch to this. Take this.
Somebody else.
Take the dais.
Hurry.
And then I'm going to change the muted to the Ratatouille one. And then the deafen to the bald one.
Bald.
Bald. And it'll be chef. There we go. And set active. There we are. Good as new. Okay.
Hey.
Hi. So with 174, we're just going to use it to go to a newer place. Oh, we also got a new room. Damn. Okay. I guess I'll look.
Did we? I thought the last one was 8 and this one's 12.
This is 12.
Like we didn't.
We're past 12, right?
No, the next room is 12. We only have 10,000.
I see 12,000 on that screen.
Oh.
I see
It
12,812.
didn't update for me.
Maybe. Let's see. I'm at the main hall. It looks glittery and golds.
Yeah.
Oh, where do I unlock the next thing? I'm like in the other room and I'm like, hello?
I take it? No.
Hi. Is it maybe over here? Oh. Where do we unlock the next room? Is it here? No. Is it the elevator?
So what is the exact approval rating that you see on your screen?
The next room is at 12,000, and the current
Correct.
global approval rating that I see is 12,812.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine says 10,430.
Interesting. Maybe there's a desync issue.
Don't know.
I also don't know. Alright, so I don't see anything there. I also didn't see anything glowing in the manner of like, you can open this door now. You know? So I'm not seeing it.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, I'm back.
Maybe you could be our tiebreaker. What does our approval rating look like to you? What number is
10, 10,
10?
4, 30.
it? Okay. Mine is off. Mine's saying 12,812. I don't know why.
Huh.
That's fine. We could just do we could do the next
Kind
one
of
and
a
then
freak of you to have a higher approval rating, whatever.
yeah, I mean, I
Kinda
guess I'm
rude,
just the
actually.
favorite. What can I say?
Okay. Mission 1.
Oh, it's
Mission 1.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so mission.
Yeah.
Melon has to get stuff.
What?
Whatever that means. Let Melon.
thanks for breaking my fall idea list.
Yeah, no problem. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm following you, Melon, and I'm gonna help you get stuff.
Okay. Okay. Is that a rock for safety?
Rock for safety.
I have a
safety
I have a
rock.
1-star rock. This is a really good rock.
I thought all
Whoa.
the rocks are 1 star. Oh, I think everything from this place might just be better because it's sparkly.
Maybe.
The portal was sparkly.
Okay, what does bubble do?
I can
Auto
jump.
run.
Auto run.
There's not even an item here.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
Sometimes you just want to auto run, you know?
Yeah.
I see something in the distance over this way.
Okay. Okay, I think you need to get caught on fire and then run up here and then land. Or
Jump
what?
on my head and then jump.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Jump from beside him. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You might not like it because I'm on an incline.
Yeah. Like this, Melon. Like this. Like what I'm doing right now. You do that.
Have you ever
Fucking.
wanted to strangle idealists? Go!
Or
God
you could
damn it.
just catch yourself on fire and jump off here.
No, this is cooler. This is teamwork. Okay, why don't
All right. Huh?
I don't know.
Okay, ready? 1, 2. I didn't even say.
I jumped too early. I'm sorry. I'm.
Maybe not this one. Maybe not this one. Maybe not this one.
Well, get up here.
Watch out for the. Okay, good. You're good.
Doing it again.
All right.
We can do this. We can do this. We can do this.
I'm gonna
we can do
throw
this.
up.
We can do this. We can do this.
What?
What did you?
Okay.
I
That
didn't.
was
I was
something.
not touching
No,
anything.
that was not Melon. That was something with the sprint or whatever. I was like running too fast.
Hey! You did
There we
it.
go.
It's another 5-star kitty toaster.
Let's
Let's
go.
Oh,
That
since
one
we already
was-
have one, we can put this one in the shredder and get hella bank.
Let's
True.
go.
Big money.
He's right. Right. The right.
Big money, big money. So many bees!
You always get stung by bees
Oh my God.
in
Bye.
the trap. Bye. Bye bye.
You're gonna have so many points from testing all these traps.
Oh my god.
I like these cubes. I don't know what they are though.
They're about 90-degree angles mostly.
Oh,
I'm
world
gonna kill him.
building.
I'm gonna smack him in the head with a big old bat. Big old bat.
Here's the thing over here, and also bees.
And lots of bees!
I think this one's just jumping. So, you should be good.
Oh.
I mean, I would, but
Oh my god.
Ideas.
I don't have anything. I literally have nothing.
Just gonna watch.
Just
Gonna watch.
keep wiggling. You break
Friend
free
gets
eventually.
sucked.
I could bring over bees if you want.
No, I'm good actually.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so. They've actually.
Oh my god!
Bye,
End
Melon.
my life!
Land in the thing. Land in the thing. I believe in you.
Chungus, my Chungus life.
You did it.
I got it!
Good
That's
job.
really funny,
Just don't get
actually.
picked up on the way out.
Oh, I
Like-
forgot.
Yeah, just you know, he's hanging out. Don't worry about him.
I'm fine. Don't worry about it.
I'll bring over some bees. Don't worry.
You hit the beehive. There
You
go.
can. There's a lot of bees. Oh! You know what? I deserve this. I deserve this, honestly.
You absolutely do.
I'm dead. How did it not kill them? It killed me immediately.
Oh my god, and it's slime time.
Go, go,
Fuck my chungus life!
My chud ass.
Hey,
Chungus
behind
life.
you.
No, please. Okay, it's fine. My
Hey.
Chungus life.
Hey,
My Chungus
hey
life.
guys. Hey guys, I don't think we're ready for this map. Something,
My chud ass bitch
something,
life.
something tells me we weren't ready for this.
I'm heading towards the portal. We're leaving.
Okay. Oh. You brought the bees over to me! Melon.
I
Oh, I missed.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Please!
Well, I think that's 3. So, this one might have been outside of our wheelhouse. Just saying. Two, 1, 0.
Fuck my Chungus life, dude.
I
My
heard you
chud
die
ass.
in the distance, unfortunately.
There's no point. God damn it.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, that's
So-
fine.
Ugh.
Yeah, now we know.
We got our asses beat to death.
So how did y'all get caught with bees and didn't die instantly? I was at full health and it took me all the way to 0 and I died.
You have an allergy.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
Simple
All
as
right.
that. I think
Uh,
we lost all of our points.
we lost all of
Yes.
our we lost all of the points that we
So
had.
we
in
have
there.
to go do a normal one.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Roll.
I probably should be. You guys know they sell
Probably what?
family-sized boxes of Cheez-Its now?
I did not. I feel like
They're
that
really
that
big
fly is
and
bigger
they're
than
perfect
normal.
for just me, a family.
Hell yeah.
One guy.
Holy!
You see this thing?
Big,
Can he leave the bubble?
Get out of
What do you-
here.
Oh, you hit him and he started to shrink.
No, I think it's just you're big inside the bubble.
Oh.
Oh yeah, let's go.
orb of vivification.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing, Melon?
Hey.
Hey man. Doing okay?
You got this, Melon. I won't take this one. I'm just gonna show you the path. All right, up here, and then you can go for it. I believe in you. Let's go!
Standing up here with the boom box.
Hell yeah!
Oh, it's a big item. I gotta go back to the thing.
I can throw
Okay.
my hot dogs. Hi guys, I'm
Hey.
fine. You hit me, you fucking bitch.
Well, you know what? I want my rock back. You want to apologize to me, or you want us to
No,
continue
I
to be
don't.
sense?
I don't want to apologize because you hit me in the head with a rock and not the thing.
That sounds like a lot of victim blaming.
It sounds like
Him fading off into the distance is so funny.
Just
Oh my
here,
gosh.
You are a villain.
You know what? I save his life and he blames me. I don't know. I feel like that says more about him than me. Just saying.
throw a rock in my face. And it didn't save me. It was
And then I followed up by saving you, and not a single thanks,
yeah.
not a
well,
single words of appreciation.
Sometimes you can't be forgiven for your sins,
I see.
especially ones made against fellow man.
Especially when it involves rocks and skulls.
Yeah, especially when you hit me with a rock. How's the fish in? It's good. We're just kind of little freaks, and we run around maps and we pick
Oh,
up
perfect.
stuff, and we bully our friends.
Whoever gets there last is a rotten egg. Bees!
Get him.
Hope he dies.
Oh, what was that weird jump? What?
It doesn't get rid of the bees.
Good to know.
Oh, bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, off I go.
Bye, Melon. Have a good time. Anything over yonder? I don't see anything over yonder. I don't see nothing. I think that's it. Whole lot of nothing. Because this is big. This is big zone, isn't it? I am Little Big Planet. Oh. I'm just Big Planet now. Now I'm little.
Very much anymore.
Ah, yes,
They
the
were-
hyperfixation food craze.
They were just really cheap, and I was hungry.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Hell
man?
yeah. Not much.
I got
How
fish
many
sticks.
corn dogs?
How many? Take a lot. I was
Oh.
eating like 3 per meal. like once a day. It was bad.
Perfect. Replace all the 3 stars with 2 stars. I mean the other way around. The opposite of what I said.
I almost threw the trash can.
Ooh, perfect. Let's see. Okay, I'm fine with that.
Huh, okay.
Eee! Ooh!
Does it show what it's gonna be when you put it on the thing?
What's gonna be?
Somehow our approval rating went down.
Did you take something off?
No, it's now at 8,000 something. Oh, it's per room. It's per
It's
room.
per room.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
That boombox I think is gonna be on a bigger one. So like,
Yeah.
like
What
Food
is
item.
the TV?
TV is 4-star.
Oh, boombox is 3-star.
We could just try to open up one of these. Or this is also 4-star.
Okay, so it gives you the difference.
Oh, over here. This is a 2-star.
No, it's too small.
Too small?
Or too small for item.
Yeah. Oh,
There we
whoops.
go.
I put down a
I'm
rock.
gonna put it
A
on a
secret
shelf
glizzy goblin, yeah.
downstairs for now.
Okay,
and then
sounds
we can
good.
bring it up when
Sounds
we're ready.
good. Whee!
Whee!
Yeah.
Because we
Me
do
too.
have an extra 194 right now.
We're gonna need that to teleport to
Was the one
think
that
we
we
just need
died
to
in, was that
be
150
faster.
or was that 100?
It was like 160. It
Okay.
was sparkly.
The
It was like rare.
Gotcha.
Oh, I need to heal.
Go take a shower.
I was just playing music. I do believe this game is in
Right.
early access, so it's gonna be worked on.
Yeah.
It desperately needs some form of like jaunty, silly tune in the background.
Mhm, mhm.
Yes.
Even if it drives you crazy, it needs some audio. Oh, I only have 68 points.
Did we buy something?
Going back to the regular one.
Okay.
Okay, so we
Regular.
gotta,
Regular.
so there's only like 3 items in here, I imagine. So we should just like
Bye.
grab them and book it back here. Pink.
Ink.
Pink broke. Ugh.
Oh, hold on. Let's get this one.
What's this? It's a floating pot.
I found a new tree.
Ah, missed it.
What?
She found a new freak? Is that what she said?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wow. There's a lot of stuff. That's on me. Really, no excuse. No excuse, really, on that one.
That's so funny.
Mother! Ooh, that's how they want us to do it. Is there any other geysers around here? I'm not seeing any other geysers around this area. Oh my god. I'm gonna lose my effing mind. Hi, careful. Thank you.
Oh my god, there was one right there.
Yeah, there are 3 of them. I got picked up, put down, picked up by a second one, then picked up by a third one. I'm gonna lose my effing gourd. Hello. How are you? It's me, the one who loses gourds. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Do you?
I do. Oh, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for the floaty guys. This one's already taken, looks like. Let's see, what else? See more fire, which means there's probably another thing to get around here somewhere. I'm not seeing any yet. Oh, that's probably because Kit's being a little gremlin, if I had to guess.
I'm a grown ass man.
You're an ass man? Hell yeah.
I want to kill him.
Ooh,
Ooh.
go ahead and pick this one up, Melon. Anything else? You want to kill me all the time.
are
That's
pretty
nothing new.
That's true.
Oh, what is this circle? Are these like Uber bees? Why are they so
Magic
coordinated?
Bees. Come to me, magic bees. Beautiful. Wonderful. They're going to kill me because I'm frozen. Help! They're
I got a
Bees
ma-
that freeze you.
I got a massive dose of deja vu. I don't know why. Oh my god.
The bees that freeze you?
The bees that freeze you. Keep
bees that
running.
freeze
I got this one.
The bees that freeze you to death?
No. They went to me. They went to me.
My friends are so cool and strong. And I'm not gonna die here in front of them.
The bees that freeze you. The bees that freeze you.
My friends are so brave and strong.
Go, go, go!
Oh, those bees suck. Oh shit, what? I'm nowhere near the exit portal.
Hey man,
I was nowhere near the exit portal. What the hell,
come
man?
here. You made it though, so you were near enough.
I wasn't done exploring. There was
I
like a
don't think
whole
there was
area.
anything left.
That upper on top of the hill, I had no idea was up there. Plus, there was one still in the air that I saw with my eyes.
Oh, I thought you grabbed the pan.
No.
Well, usually we're faster than that.
Yeah. Well, usually we don't deal with freezing bees.
Crunchy, crunchy, crunchy.
510, 477.
Don't forget to shower.
We're so close to 12K.
We're gonna get it.
142, 477.
We just got it.
Next
I'm
round.
just
Nice.
sick.
Nice.
All right, let's see what's over
I don't know what
here.
it gets us though.
A new room, so we can place more things.
Perfect.
Adios, we got another room.
Hell yeah. Where is it though? Oh, there it is.
Right here.
Okay, so it was glitched for me.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
So beautiful.
I'm just gonna throw this vase in the shredder. It's a 2-star.
But yeah,
It's whatever.
we're very close to getting the elevator, so we should recycle stuff.
Recycling is so
We only
good.
Oh
have 182 points.
shit, that's right. It's like 8, which is great.
Hell yeah, 243. Time to take a shower. I'm full of stingers.
Yeah.
I guess if you do a big haul and
You,
trash everything,
yeah, if
you
you
get
just
like enough. but-
recycle
here.
everything.
That's a
Yeah.
0. That's 150. 1100.
Yeah.
Damn.
1600.
If we do a big one, we can be like.
I'm gonna try a hostility level 3.
Okay.
Okay, that's the one that Mega killed us, right?
I have no idea.
No, the one that Mega killed us was a hostility level 5, and it was also shiny.
Yeah. I see a 4 out of
Oh.
5, but it's. I think let's try the 3 out of 5. See how that gets us.
Okay.
Good luck, everyone. You're gonna need it. Geronimo! Well, a little early. Geronimo!
There we go.
I'm still dancing on my screen.
Mushrooms.
You are too.
There we go. Ooh. Onion man located.
Onion man. Onion man.
What does this do?
Careful, everyone.
Oh, I think that's the pulse that highlights things, right?
I guess it didn't hit a single thing.
Guess not.
I think it just.
Oh, I see
wasn't,
one.
You know. This is weird.
Ooh, a 4. Off the rip?
Ideas.
Yo.
There's lore.
Oh, lore. There's a
Whoa.
mountain with a hand that does the Brontosaurus thing.
Whoa. Someone probably wants to fuck this dog.
That's call me someone.
You responded so fast.
Oh, I had that locked and loaded. You know it.
That was so funny. It's awesome.
All right, I'm not seeing anything.
So I've discovered a weakness of the map gen.
Uh-huh.
A lot of the rocks are at the bottom of hills because they can like roll. So they'll spawn here and then just roll down the hill.
Interesting. Well, that's actually good to know. Hey, Onion Man's sleeping over there. Should we not wake up Onion Man?
No, he'll shoot us with darts and kill us dead.
Oh,
Big
good.
fan.
Big
Yeah, you
fan.
could say I'm a big fan.
Big fan. Oh, okay. I'm gonna drop this off because I can't let go of this.
You could say I'm a big fan. Yeah.
Hopefully Melon's okay. Bow, bow, no. I see Melon. Looks like they're good.
I got 2 items.
I'm so happy for you! Yay!
He was gonna say proud, by the way.
I heard it in his voice.
No, I mean, he's not wrong. Not wrong. I was proud of you.
That's awesome. I think we're done.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
The
We're gonna recycle everything.
I think so. It does look like we can unlock a cleaner, and that might make the dirty items better, because like this rabbit is nasty.
interesting.
I don't know where the cleaner. It might be upstairs.
I was gonna say, do we want to keep the 4 stars, or are we shredding everything?
4.
Okay, so the cleaner's only 200.
Then do the cleaner. Go for it.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
throw an item in there that's not cleanable.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you as well.
I
Do we want?
found a 2-star. I'll shred this.
Do we want to keep the 4 stars?
No, we need points.
Okay.
So keep the rabbit. No, that's so many points.
Oh my
Alright.
gosh.
I'm gonna get the cleaner.
Okay. I want to
Because
see it.
it will help us.
Hey, Rowdy. Hey, Scallion. Welcome in.
It's up here, by the way.
Oh, seriously? Did you really, Scallion? Hopefully you're staying safe.
Or cleaning cost. Okay, so it's currently 270.
Uh-huh.
Clean it. Now it's 406. So it almost
That-
doubled the value
Yeah.
of it.
So I think you could do it again if you want. If you look on the top right, it says acceptable,
Oh.
and then you can make it even
starts.
cleaner.
It's using a lot of points though.
It's only using 42.
Yeah, but we're
And then you pick it up, and how much
Now
is
it's
it now?
540.
We don't.
Okay, so we can like. This seems like a very late game.
Yeah, it's
Item
to
to, like-
it's to take our 5 stars and 4 stars,
maximize our
clean them
stuff.
to maximize it.
yeah.
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 Hell yeah. Well, I'm proud of you for going. That's all I'll say, Scallion.
Yeah.
Good on you, seriously.
Yeah.
But please give yourself some self-care.
Oh.
Hey, Rowdy, how you doing? Better than Scallion, I'll probably guarantee that.
Jeez. Yeah, make sure you clean up and keep yourself safe.
Yup.
That's rough.
Hey, 20 streak. My god, Reddy, you've been on it. I wish I could do stuff for the streak stuff. As far as I'm aware, there isn't any interaction I could do
I
with it.
do not think there is any anything you can do. I think it might give you more points.
It gives you more channel points up to 5, and then it doesn't give any more after that. It just stays high.
Interesting.
Well. Hell yeah. Alright, cool. Well, I blended my only item that I had, so we're good.
I spent a
Put
lot
the
of
gem
points.
up and the other
I love this painting so much.
portion that I have.
Oh yeah, no, this
It's so
this
cool.
painting
It's
rocks.
so good.
It rules. Me praying it's not AI.
Right.
I don't think it is.
Hell yeah, Scallion. Yeah, be sure to bring eye and nose protection. That seems very smart.
Is everyone full health?
I am indeed.
Yes.
We have 2 points. We have another shiny. But
Okay.
we can't make it. Unless we want to blend something else, we need 150 points. I have a single rock. I don't think that's going to get us there.
I mean, I think they reset, so we probably should just go.
Is it showing on your guys' screen that I have like red things coming out of my head underneath the halo?
Yes.
Yes, I think you've been damaged.
Yeah. I think you got stingered.
I am at 100 health. Let's see if that gets rid of them. Yep, it gets rid of them. Interesting.
You were attacked. Oh, we can get rid of the boombox.
Oh, that was it. Perfect. Good job, everybody.
Yippee!
Shiny
We'll be so
Purtle.
safe.
This is going to be a 3 out of 5, so it's not crazy. Hopefully. Maybe. Perhaps.
I do hope that they make this more. I hope they make that part way more seamless because it's very jarring.
What?
This is
Your
giving
back
me
hurts?
off vibes.
Mm-hmm. Watch out.
Ooh.
God, I love off. Off is so good. I beat off once on stream.
Did.
I don't recommend doing that on stream. You could get a vacation.
No, it was good. It was a really good game.
All right, y'all get that one. I'm gonna look for a different one.
What
Let's
the
see.
fuck?
Let's see here. I'm not. Ooh, there's something over here. But yeah, rest your back, Scallion. Rest your back, and you will be okay. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. What is it? Oh boy. Oh. Oh, okay. I get it. How? Oh, okay. Oh, there it is. Found it. He wants to jump on my head.
Doesn't even need to ask. Crushes him.
Thank you. All yours, King.
4-star item. Very good.
Perfect. Beat.
Meow. I hope at some point they just sell bombs.
Right.
Come here. Get on my head.
Oh, come on. Oh boy. Why?
You can do
does-
this.
I mean, I'm
You can do
trying.
it.
I don't know.
You can do it.
I don't know. Hey, stop jumping, you son of...
No, let me get on your head.
Whatever.
It didn't want to work. Okay, I don't know.
No, you're fine. Ooh, a house.
Another
More!
house.
Oh! Bees! Somebody's floating. You good?
Hey, man.
You good?
Hey, man.
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die!
Hey, I think Melon died.
I do too.
I got you.
Thank you for my life. Watch out,
Welcome
kids,
for your
that's right
life. Yeah.
there. Oh my! It was a
Ah! I'm still rolling.
Flung idealist.
Got
Thank
you.
you.
There's more here, so be careful. Especially that geyser. Yeah, that geyser. Oh!
I'm dead.
Hey, guys.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
No.
Goodbye.
I lived.
Okay, let's see if I can get a good angle.
I'm going home. We're going home.
I'm gonna try to get this one. I have literally nothing.
Okay, good luck.
Nope, nothing. How would you even try to get this with those geysers? Ow. Oh, no, get up! Oh, I missed it. One second. All right, be right back.
Laser.
Oh yeah.
Hi,
7
Idealist.
traps tested, idealist.
How'd you do,
Holy
champ?
shit.
You doing okay? He's so mad.
He's pissed.
He's so pissed off.
Oh my god.
He's like
Oh,
my
God.
chud friends whom I hate. God, he's actually he's malding.
He's. I
This
don't
is
think he's ever talking
crazy.
to us again.
No, Huh.
Hey, idealist.
He probably just went to go to the bathroom. Or his mic's fully broken. He hasn't moved. I think he's just AFK. Hey, Idealist, you tell us if you're mad, right? Right? Oh. Hey, Idealist. Hey, Idealist. Hey, Idealist. Hey, Idealist. He's gone. muted in the Discord call. I think he's just gone.
Oh. Miss him.
Me too.
That's a chud drum. That can go in the shredder.
Watch this. It's like 3,000 points right there.
Jesus. Beautiful stuff.
So this is our fish room, I guess? Our shell and fish room? I wish it would let you know how much stuff is. Can you like go to trade it out?
Like, let's change, put all the crystals together. Maybe.
He's gone.
I
I don't think it matters where they are in the room as long as they're in the room. Is he back? Nihilist?
Yeah, that goes there. Yeah.
Oh, he's gone.
Did
Idealist.
Idealist disappear?
Idealist. I'm gonna call you on your human cell phone in a minute.
Idealist? Did he say anything in
Check his stream.
Discord?
What? Huh.
Idealist?
Huh. Do you have his phone number? On his human phone, his real phone?
My phone's being buggy right now. I can't even text anyways.
Okay. I am gonna throw up a waiting screen and check on my friend. I'll be right back.
Well. Gonna chill out in the manor and stare at our goodies. Take a nice seat in the plants. think I will
Hello.
also.
I'm back. He did not pick up the phone.
Okay.
I think he's just
I did
busy.
AFK for some reason.
Yeah, and we just didn't hear it because he was
Away from us.
away already. Yeah. So I think everything's okay. Yeah, I am gonna go.
Yeah.
I was gonna mute him in this game, but I think we're far enough away.
Yeah. I'm gonna run an ad and
Okay.
go to the bathroom while we're waiting.
Got it.
Hey y'all, sorry. I am dealing with our heater just stopped working completely. So, yeah. Oh wait, hold on. I should probably unmute y'all. Are they gone? Oh, I think they might be gone. Okay, cool. I'll just let them stay muted then.
Okay. Where did you go?
All right, let's see. We'll just.
Oh, I hear idealist.
Hello. Just letting y'all know that our heater just stopped working, so we're trying to figure that out. So it either has completely broken entirely, or we're trying to get to the bottom of the situation. So if y'all, by all means, keep going. This may not be a short problem to deal with, so I'm gonna keep on trying to figure it out. So if you either, please continue playing, and do rounds. Feel free to, if you can't do it with me here, feel free to kick me for now, and then I can bounce back when we've got this figured out. But yeah.
Okay. I think Kit may have also stepped away just now. We just ran ads.
Gotcha.
I'll update him, and then we'll kind of go from there.
All right. Sorry, Twitch. Sorry, chat. But I'll be back. We're just trying to get an idea.
Drop in.
Just.
You okay?
Yes, we're fine. Our heater is no longer heating, so we're trying to get to the bottom of that. Before we freeze. So
Get really cold. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're. It may not be a short thing, so feel free to keep on doing rounds and stuff without me. And if you can't do it with me being here, feel free to boot me temporarily until we get this figured out, and then I'll join back up. when
Okay.
I'm able to sit back down.
No rush.
Oh
You
yeah,
do what you gotta do.
exactly. But I
You're
want
fine,
y'all to
you're
continue
okay,
to have
we're
fun.
Worried.
Oh yeah, no, we're fine. It was a weird knock on the door too, so it just our heater is blowing cold air, so that's a problem.
Oh, that's worse than
Oof.
it just being off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
we're
well,
gonna.
keep us updated.
Yeah. This will
we'll do
either.
a round. and
Yeah,
see.
keep doing your thing. I'll come back to y'all, when this is done. But y'all keep enjoying it. Keep enjoying the game.
Okay,
I'll
we'll
be
check
back when I
in.
can. Yeah. All right.
Make sure
See
you
ya.
mute yourself in the
Oh
game
yeah,
as well.
I'm muting everything. So see y'all
perfect.
later or in a bit.
Bye bye. What a nice young man.
What a nice young man.
I'm glad. I was worried when he didn't pick up.
You were cutting out a bit then, but I think you said you were. Okay, I was able to surrender. Whoa! I was able to
Hey, man.
surrender.
I was worried it was gonna keep us in purgatory because Idealist technically wasn't in, but he didn't join the mission, so
Yeah.
So that didn't happen. That's crazy what happened. I mean, didn't happen. I mean,
Yeah, honestly, there's no proof.
yeah, no proof at all.
Can the owner of the black sedan please come to the front? You left your lights on.
Just a little bit bigger. So this is an incredible item. That's going there because it's powerful.
I am going to mute Idealist in game because
Yes. That's so smart.
his mic is still picking up stuff.
He said he muted everything. He's a liar.
He's a liar.
He's a little bit of a liar. The thing about Idealist, you're gonna want to need to know, is he lies. That's it.
A juice box.
I don't like any of
That
that.
can go in there.
Where'd
Put
the
her.
charms go?
A mug. What is it?
Poma Papachi. One Tamagotchi.
Go in there.
Rock.
We already have one of these in our thing.
All right, I am back.
Do you like the charms I bought for my backpack?
Yo, let's go!
It's Tamagotchi and the rock
And a-
that we
and a
throw that
rock.
saves our lives.
Oh my god. Oh,
Beautiful.
Idealist is looking around.
Hello.
Hey,
He,
everything good?
Yeah. So we think what it is it's just so cold and so windy that our heater was. It's a, what did they say? It was like a heat pump, so it's not meant for this kind of weather, especially for this long. So I think it was just a losing battle, where it was like it's like essentially been 20 degrees all day, and it's been super, like the wind chill is like
really,
in
really
the
cold.
single digits, so it's like
Mm-hmm.
fighting to get us up to 64, like desperately fighting. So I think that was it. How's the round?
we
we-
did a run
we
that didn't
essentially
happen and we got
cheated.
absolutely thrashed, and then
Uh-huh.
I found an item that just lets you cheat the game.
Oh, cool. Uh-oh.
Any puzzle, you just...
So you get huge and you're really fucking fast.
Oh, that's crazy. That's actually great.
And you just win. So it's awesome.
Hell yeah.
So we can just, like, run some rounds and get enough stuff for the elevator.
I'm
You
down
really
for that.
should get the elevator.
Let's do that.
'Cause that
Idealist,
round
you should
just
take-
got us...
You should take the shell. It's really funny.
Okay.
And you just put it in your
Oh.
pocket.
Oh,
Can I
what's
take a
up, guys? Me when I visit you. How are you doing?
This is in real life.
Yes. Oh.
I'm taller than Melon. I'm not that tall. Tall enough.
Dude, Idealist, you're not that tall. You're only like, what, 6'9"?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm a short king. Oh! 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 No. I was
Insane.
I was exploded off the map and now I'm back.
Hey, man.
Off the map.
So you're still weak to the grabbing plants, but you can just cheat and grab all the other things that are on platforms. Like, you can just go over here and grab this.
Alright. Oh, that's
Yep. See?
hell yeah. I'm gonna, yeah, I'll go pick some stuff up. This is cheaty. This is wild. Woo! That's nothing. Oh, you run so fast. It's crazy. Yeah, they definitely needed to not add this to the game.
It definitely just needs a little
Fee, fi, fo, fum.
Hey, man,
I
you
smell
grab
a
it
stinky bum. Hey, how you
Over,
doing?
over here.
He's so vile, dude. He sucks. sorry about my friend's behavior.
Is
That's
that
a shrink.
the guy freaking out for you?
Oh yeah,
too?
definitely.
Yes.
Yeah. This shrinks you, by the way, but turns
So
me
you
normal.
go in here, you become kind of normal.
Yeah.
Right now, stand right outside. No, stand right outside.
Oh my god, we're as big as a boot.
That's funny.
All right, I'm gonna drop some stuff off. Boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doo. Nothing over there.
Hey man.
Hey, see anything else?
No.
Oh, there's one right here. Yoink.
I think that's it, man.
All right, cool.
Ow,
Ow!
Onion guys coming towards you. It's not DiGiorno, it's delivery.
Oh,
I guess.
crap. It's the pizza for
Run.
you and me.
I'll take him.
He doesn't know who to attack.
Yes.
Nice. Man, I grabbed so much. That's crazy. All right.
Spits out 3 rocks.
Hell yeah. How many do we need
Pretty
for
good.
the elevator?
800.
What about this rock? Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother. Okay, Melon, you get the funny seashell.
Yeah. Rotate,
my bad.
rotate.
Jesus Christ. We can afford a really expensive portal. It's
I would
actually
be-
not worth it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
yeah,
Go ahead.
not with me using big shell. Someone else
Oh
needs
my
to
God.
ensure with this thing.
You're fine. Relax.
Price
Ah!
that you get from it much more.
It
Hi.
Hi.
It was like double the
ain't
price
so
or
much
not much more stuff.
wasted.
I think it's not worth dying and
God, I
losing
fall
the
like a
cheat item.
rock.
Oh, no! Why me? I just got here! Ah! I just got here!
Well,
Why?
good luck, Idealist.
Bad luck has hit me. I think I'm just currently in a bad luck spree. I know what to do. Come here.
You get this thingy. Ah,
Hey, can this thing get off of me?
no.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna go to spawn then, so that way it'll be easy for y'all to pick up my body, because it's just gonna kill me, I guess. Oh, never mind. Those two get it off. That's good to know.
Are you free yet? Ugh.
I am free. Melon died.
I have 80 health. What do you think? What is happening?
You're being grabbed.
Huh.
It's not letting me sit. Oh, no, it keeps on. Oh, okay, if you could stop moving. Ow! Why?
So fun.
Hey, did you know this game is in early access?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh
If
my
you could
God.
stop
Oh my
moving,
God.
that'd be great.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Stop,
Melon,
please.
you're so cringe right now, Melon. You're being such a troll.
God. I
Stop
can't even
trolling.
get off the
Not the
shell.
fly! Not the fly,
so extra right
please!
now.
No! Not
I'm
again!
about to die.
Hey. That sucks, by the way. Well,
Huh.
why did I die here? I died in the
What is happening?
Hey guys, I think the cheat item also breaks us.
It doesn't. I saved it.
Oh my god. Your
Hey
It's
guys.
just your head.
Hey guys, is there something on my face? Do I have a? I felt a little pimple.
So-
I took care of it, but like,
Shit.
So
is
I
it noticeable?
think there was a thing that like makes you blow up after a little bit that stung me, and then I popped in here and I instantly died. I did grab all the stuff, so we actually made some money. But
Oh,
holy
thank God.
shit.
I got eaten by a fly, and then
Yeah,
got
the
eaten
whole
by a
time.
fly the entire time.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
was my
There needs to be
experience.
some sort of fight back thing on that, or they need to shorten the time you're in there, because that sucks.
Oh, there is a way to.
After-
You have to use the geyser. Geysers takes it off. I was hoping the
You
fire
have to,
flyer
like,
would have, but it
be
didn't.
next to a geyser.
Yeah. Ooh. Whee!
It's not an elevator.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay,
900,
after
huh?
I died, did my body become spaghetti for you
Yep.
too?
Yep.
Pretty much. Very well.
I
Very.
didn't like it. It sucked really bad. Yep.
Very
Turn
wibbly
into like
wobbly.
a Bethesda enemy when you make them
Yes.
small and you kill them and they get stretchy.
Yes, I
Yeah,
stretched out
you
like a
became
Bethesda
that,
boy.
and it sucked.
Oh, I didn't get that far. You were just very wiggly.
I was
for
also
me.
like a quarter of a second from resing you as well.
Same.
Ah.
And then we got this
that was
room over
funny, though.
here.
You were being really extra.
I didn't control I know people, it was crazy. I didn't control a single thing.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
I had
4,
no
5.
control. I just kept hitting everything possible that could get me further away from you guys.
I don't think that's where that's supposed to go. It's fine. It bothers me, but it doesn't bother me that much.
It bothers him so bad.
It bothers him so bad.
It bothers him so bad.
Guys, when were they gonna tell me you could read my mind?
Huh? Oh, I always wasn't gonna.
No, no,
Ideals,
no.
you little fucker.
Ideal.
That's actually very funny. Heck, the
You
jump.
knew it. You knew I was gonna do it again.
That's funny. You little shit.
Ever since you showed me the goblin game, it's gotten out of me. And I can't control it anymore.
It's 100 for a shiny portal. Is there anything we can destroy that's not the conch shell that gives us free stuff?
Probably.
Just take something from a
Yeah,
Take
I'm
a
just
two.
gonna grab
Find a
something
two.
that kinda
Find a
sucks.
2-star. Yeah. Go, 1 or 2 stars. I think there was a no. That yeah, perfect. Toss that.
We might need 2.
I can't see.
No, that one should do it.
60. Yeah, okay, we're good.
But that was all of my tickets.
Whoa, spin.
I also got a charm for my backpack.
Whoa, let's go.
It's a shooting star.
Hogging.
For luck.
Hogging. Okay, let's take the conch.
Oh, okay. All hail the mighty conch. All hail the mighty
It should
conch.
not take that long to load this game.
It does.
It's taking longer the longer we play.
It probably this game would not. There he goes. Right here. Wait until we have 3 of them. You running around the map like a bunch of sickos.
Uh-oh, I'm double cursed.
Huh? You're turning to stone.
I'm turning to stone, guys.
Um.
How do we fix that?
Oh wait, he's healing. Is it when you stop moving?
It's when I stop moving. So that curses you to turn to stone when you stop moving. ow, ow, ow! That's crazy. Hey guys,
You
Hey.
so much blood.
you missing some blood there. Just saying.
You were getting stoned is the thing.
I was getting really stoned. I wanted
Oh.
to see if it would kill you. It absolutely does just kill you.
Congrats.
I lost my arm.
Oh, is that all?
Oh, it looks okay to
At least
me.
it didn't cost an arm and a
Oh.
leg.
Okay. That's good.
Ah! Oh! 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 I deserve this!
Cosmically, he deserves it.
I deserve this! Oh, please! Oh!
God.
Oh, please! Somebody help me! Oh, thank you.
The way
Appreciate
you
it.
said I deserve this made it sound a little bit like you were having too much fun. You're having a little too much of a good time. Hey, you're
Uh-oh, I'm cursed again! I'm cursed again!
I can get you running.
I do. Oh, whew. Oh, thank God.
Why are there
Alright.
so many items that curse you here?
I don't know. Alrighty. Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you
I also
and
think
me.
this game is a little bit simpler than I would like, because it really is run around a tiny map and pick up all the items and come back.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing anything else that I need to grab. Oh wait, hold on. Another cursed tooth. And I'm floating in the oh. Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you. Oh, you and me.
There's no way, right?
What?
Oh,
Hey, Melon.
This is the one of jump high.
One of the gemstones gives you big.
Ooh.
Now we've got 2 big items for the big boys.
Ow!
You're so fucked up.
What the hell?
Chud friend whom I hate. I knew leaving.
I noticed.
Floats down safely. Still ragdolls for some reason.
Oh, this one we just need a. Oh, why do? Are we blending everything?
I think so.
Yeah, blend the cursed objects. Don't accidentally later.
They might be worth more though because of curse.
Yeah.
I think this is
Oh, pizza.
the conch is worth a lot.
Well, yeah. It's an insta-win
Well-
conch. What do you mean?
Okay. I mean, so is the other little thing right here.
I mean, yeah.
Is there anything else that we can utilize that will give us? Like, there's some shelving space.
Shelving spaces sometimes have things on them already that might be
They
useful.
do, but I'm wondering if there's like, I don't know if they're in the game, but they should add like super rare items.
Right.
Want to put on like an actual shelf and be like,
Right.
I got this thing. Instead of having everything be at the manor.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh. Hmm.
Even on Mr. Minecraft Villager. Hey, what's up, man?
I think pretty much anything at this point that is 4 or 5 we put in.
Yeah, I'm just getting some space.
And then anything that's not 4 and 5, we just blend. So we like store like
Yeah.
3 or like a couple things here and there, but we know that unless we fill up every space, then we replace all the 4s with 5s.
Yeah, we also have more space to utilize as well.
Exactly. Oh, this is a 2. Yeah, we could definitely get rid of that. Not
Chase that
now.
you just picked up?
Why
Yeah,
is it?
That's a
What's
2-star.
creaking?
Yeah, the creaking.
Is that anything, or is that just like?
What are you talking about?
Don't
You
worry
don't
about
hear
it.
it does like a really loud creak.
No.
Huh?
Am I the creek?
No.
Oh!
Ugh.
I should probably heal
Okay.
up.
So are we shredding? What are we shredding?
3,
What are we trying to save up for?
3 and below?
More rooms,
Oh.
I guess. Where's ideas?
Bottom. I could be up there in a second. I'm here.
Hey man.
Hey.
So not to be a downer, but the
Yeah.
game's gotten a little samey.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's gonna get any different. I think we've played the game fully,
Oh. We beat the game, huh?
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Thank God
think
to
it's
this. Thank whatever this astral being is that we
Thank
got
you,
to the
Astral
end.
Being. We'll probably be back when it gets a
Oh.
date.
Doo-doo-ch.
Yeah,
You
I'm
missed.
kind of
I did.
lost my luster for this game, sadly.
Okay, we can call it.
Yeah, I mean, we
Melon
played
just
2.5 hours. I think that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Just
definitely
enough not to
silly, and I
refund
would
it.
Like, almost. I wouldn't refund it. It was like
Oh yeah, no, I
$6.
wasn't going to.
Also,
Oh, it landed on the thing. That's funny.
man,
Look, here it is.
Oh my god!
It was a ricochet placement.
hey guys,
Hey guys.
Ugh.
I would love to see how many. Is this a 4-player game? Or can we get more people in here?
I have no idea.
I would love to see this be like a 6-player game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Considering
that
there's
would be
4
really
showers, it makes me think that there's.
It's
Like-
probably 4-player, but it would be kind of funny.
It would be kind of funny.
Yeah, if this game gets like a big update, we should definitely play it again with
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
But there's only like 4 monsters, sadly.
And then we found the uber big conch, and then we're just like,
Yeah, and then you find the
Yeah.
big items, and you're like, and I think even there's not that many mention things unless I'm just like missing another menu. I'm not. Yeah.
I think it's 1 of
Again.
3. Yeah.
This is not me shit talking the game at all.
Mm-mm.
It is just the fact that it's early access.
Yeah, we
It's
have played the
actually really good
experience.
for early access.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I look forward to future updates.
Mhm.
Yeah. Keep an eye on it. Anyway, okay. I think I'm done for tonight.
Okay.
Thanks for playing game with me.
Yeah,
Thanks
thank
for
everybody. I apologize for the long
Yeah.
delay near the end there.
Thanks.
but-
No, you're
That's
good, dude.
okay.
No worries. You had stuff to deal with.
Yeah, I
True.
want to make sure
You
you
had to
are
be like a
safe first
human
and
being.
foremost.
Yeah.
I'm a what?
What?
Yeah, bud.
What the fuck?
Anyway. So,
What
Anyway,
the fuck?
thanks everyone for watching us dick
Yay.
around in this fun
Yeah.
little game.
Okay.
thank you.
Bye-bye,
Goodbye,
bye, Twitch.
Twitch.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
See ya. Have a good
Bye-bye.
one.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.